Marriage for Moderns. Choosing for happiness. Thank you, Irving Jacobi and Willard Van Dyke.
Cousin Eve was a senior now, but although I am 3 years older than she is, I was just a lowly junior. I'd been out sick for a long time, and then I'd gone to junior college.
But my tablecloth looked great.
It seemed wonderful to me, and it was such fun being with Eve again. Naturally, she had to show me around and try to bring me up to date. I was amazed that she wasn't engaged by now.
Here's your shots!
More than ever.
Number 1s are good. Let's have 2 of those, please. Make my number 3, if you don't mind. I don't see how you can eat so much so early in the morning.
Ooh.
Diet, by any chance? Of course I am, and you should be too. Every morning I exercise for 10 minutes. You can
Whoa! Slow down, lady!
straight right now.
Slow down!
And you exercise. I eat, and I watch you exercise. But it's really as necessary for you as for everybody else. Oh, cut it out.
I wondered why Eve and I seemed different now, and I ended up by deciding that she was still the same attractive Eve, full of life, but a little self-centered and a little apt to push people around. I liked her as much as ever, but I wasn't so easy to push anymore. I didn't feel
I like when she pushes me.
Still, I didn't really resent it. Maybe it was in family relations last spring. I learned that it's a good idea to try to change yourself first if there has to be a change.
It's number 1 is delicious.
Somebody else is practically impossible.
Goddamn right.
I must admit I was curious to know all about Eve, and she was...
Well, this is my bench. I gotta go. Oh, okay. You're staying.
Tell me about the boys you've met. You were saying...
Oh! Well, there's Frank and Bill and Larry.
I start asking myself, is he right for me?
Right.
And I don't know, Mary. I really don't know. There was one you wrote about. His name was Alex, I think.
Yeah, I wrote about him on the bathroom wall.
Mary, I don't know. I can't for the life of me figure out what happened.
Well, we're about to find out what happened.
I was down at Riley's one afternoon with the gang.
I like your test pattern dress. Thank you.
I'd heard of him, but
It's
I never
new.
met him. He was a football
Do I look like a referee? Well, sort of. You sort of look like a referee. But you could throw a flag on my play any day. Really?
Could figure out how we'd been on the campus for 2 years.
Could you let go of my bike, please? I want to go. Please let go of my bike. I just want to get out of here. Please let go of my bike.
We decided to spend the afternoon together. It turned out that was just the first of a whole slew of afternoons.
Now's my chance. I can get away. Oh, he's got a
Really
bike.
sweet. And, oh, well,
It's the
it was
Muppets.
nice to be with. I guess I was a little proud, too, that a varsity football player was paying so much attention to little me.
He had no idea how to ride a
As
bike.
I said, Eve went on, we saw quite a bit of each other.
Down at the hunting
For
lodge.
months, his popularity got annoying. We were never really alone, and he never stopped worrying about his appearance. Did his collar look better buttoned or unbuttoned? Well,
He started hanging around a lot with other dream daddies.
Noticed it. But if there was a new girl in the place, he was all eyes and smiles. It wouldn't
Oh, hi. How are you? Would you like to meet my, she is my friend. It's just a friend.
Saturday. I began to catch on that those forward passes could be used 2 ways. And finally, I had more than I could stand, and I told him exactly what I thought.
broke the candle bottle over his
As
head.
well as he took compliments. Said I didn't appreciate the importance of his career. Career, indeed. Who ever heard of a wolf with a career?
Slam!
And then there was Arthur.
Oh, Arthur.
Arthur was different. Awfully nice, but awfully different.
Once I showed him a hummingbird. He ate it. Yeah, that's great. A hummingbird. Continue with your work, please.
To help a friend.
But don't you think that hummingbird would look great on my mantle? Yeah, whatever. Keep doing your work.
You're different from other girls.
That's what you think.
You're smarter. You're almost like a man.
Oh, gee, thanks. Listen, you want to impress a woman. That's what you got to tell her.
I don't get you at all. I know. You think math is exciting, but you really ought to get yourself straightened out. You'd be surprised how many things are just as exciting as math.
Like doing it.
You don't think there's anything wrong with me?
What about my mustache?
I've got to go now. We'll talk about it some other time.
Go play with rocks.
But
What did I do?
was another time, said Eve. I was just another problem to him.
Well, how do you solve a problem like Eve?
And then there was Steve.
Oh, yeah. Steve and
Eve's
Eve.
boyfriend for a whole spring term. He was cute, she said, and really romantic. He had his own workshop where he made boats and things. Eve used to come by to pick him up after her classes were over.
Yes, that's 2 inches.
Waiting for you.
Oh, I don't know.
Wait, she's wearing the same dress.
Just hang around here for a while today. You can help me paint and we can listen to some good music. It'll be fun.
Can I? Can I help you paint?
People.
Oh.
What's wrong with that, Steve?
Well, people are horrible. Have you met people?
Hurry up and get on your shorts.
He never wanted to leave that old carpenter's shop.
I only love you, table leg.
Once in a while,
You're the only one for me.
You know, Eve, you can't make a man over like you do a room.
We're recording this. Could you pretend to sweep, please?
Don't you see what Steve needs?
How tall is she? That desk! Look how big she is next to this desk. Please do a wide shot.
I bet you'd like him.
Oh, I don't know.
Terrific idea.
She is too tall for this entire set. Look at how she's taller than the desk. It's like they're in a baby set.
Some of these boys for myself. Besides, Steve sounded nice. And
No, we gotta exit this side. We gotta exit this way. Come on. Okay. Meanwhile, he turned that table leg into a canoe.
Lost in thought and a pleasant
There he
thought.
is. Look at him.
It didn't take long to get the.
I think he can hear us. The window's open.
Steve asked us in.
Please come into my workshop. I want to show you some of my
Seemed
carvings.
like a nice place with a real atmosphere of its own, but evidently not one that Eve liked especially. But Eve is like that, jumpy, full of energy. She never could sit still for long.
Well, I guess I should. Okay.
I'm different. Like Steve, I find it relaxing.
She smacks him with the stool!
Sometimes and work out my troubles.
So, this is your canoe, huh? Yeah, I built it.
Steve and I got
You want to see my
along
oars?
together.
There it is.
See,
It's
he
very
was a
small.
friend of Eve's 'cause he
Oh.
liked me. He'd been thinking there was something
Wait, did
wrong
she
with
just-
him because he couldn't dance to Eve's fidgety tune. As a matter of fact,
Oh, no.
Eve was not the boyfriend.
Here's where it's going to happen.
Even though I liked him a lot, it would be too much like spending time with a twin brother.
Oh,
We're too much alike.
do you mind if I get your splinter out?
I told
So
her that
I
she
turned to
didn't stay
horses.
When we had a riding date. It was Saturday and the classes were over at noon.
Boom ba dee da boom ba dee da boom ba dee da dee da dee da
Boys
boom.
are nice in their own way. They all have something I like, but it's only one side of their character.
You know what I would like? The touch of a lady.
But the something Eve liked about a boy can't be separated from the rest of his personality.
This is where I buried the last boy I was dating.
I did stick my neck out a little way.
I think it would do you a lot of good to meet someone you can't push around. You mean someone who pushes me around? No, I don't.
Yeah!
Someone who's not afraid of you.
You're pretty intimidating,
Just
Eve.
like John.
Wait, who's Eve?
He thinks he's tough. I can't stand the sight of him.
Oh,
You're sure about that?
done! Done and done!
Well, here's what happened last week.
Here we go!
We drove out to the
Flashback!
country together.
He pushed me into the lake! He pushed me down on the grass! He pushes me around too much!
I guess we just clicked. Then, just as we were getting to know each other better, he says, "Let's go home." Was I mad? Here I was thinking he really cared, and he does a thing like that. But why did he do it? Oh, well, you see,
Yeah,
it was his car. He promised his friend he'd be back with it before 6.
Now look, Eve, you can stay if you want to. I'm not going to keep George waiting.
Oh, he's a good
George is
actor.
more important to you than I am, is that
You could.
Not the point.
That's not the
George can do
point.
without the car for once. If you really cared about me, you'd stay, George or no George.
I'd like to push her right into the river. Well, I guess I'll return her.
You wouldn't want me to break a promise, would you?
Why not?
Well, I won't. I'm not going to let George down, even for you.
What is this accent?
Move over, boss.
Scoot over. I'm going to drive.
Look who's talking. Why, someone ought to take you across his knee and give you a good spanking.
Yeah! Here we go! Here we go!
Maybe, but I doubt it.
This is like the 50s version of Taming of the Shrew.
He sounds like the best of all.
I wouldn't have turned down a spanking.
Why? You know you were wrong. How do you make that out? Well, just think about it for a second.
Don't you want a
What were you
spanking?
asking him to do?
Spank
Prove
me.
that he liked me? What's wrong with that? That would never satisfy you. Why
No,
not?
because you want a spanking over the knee.
What was it then? You wanted him to do what you told him to do. That's
Like a worthless little worm.
That's terrible.
I thought I'd gone too far, but now that she knew what she was doing, she could decide for herself if she wanted to change. That's always the hard thing to learn.
So we rode out to the back 40.
If possible, it must be changing yourself. You have to take other people as they come, or else leave them alone. I started thinking about Eve's boy.
All right, just pretend you're on a
He had
horse.
the same problem.
We can't film you on the horse. Just pretend.
Steve liked Eve, and he liked his hobby too, but he couldn't have both.
He likes
It would be easier
getting
to
wood
find a girl who likes staying
and
home.
playing with it.
While Arthur
I apologize.
probably needs some help in order to change.
Arthur needs a...
Had already solved his
Never mind, I can't say
Girl who
that.
isn't always competing with him for first place. She's not as attractive as Eve, but she thinks it's wonderful that he's so wonderful. She's right for him. And John? Well, boy meets girl, boy loses girl. Maybe boy knows what he wants and on what terms. This girl doesn't know yet, but she's doing her best to find out. Every little experience, even the unpleasant ones, helps me know a little more about myself. And that's the first step. There are some things about me that I
Then we were approached by bandits, highwaymen, on the road to Spearfish.
So I'll pick him with those things in mind. I hope he'll do the same for me.
Oh my gosh, she's not on a horse.
Friends for a long, long time.
And there they go! Off on another Wild West adventure! The end.